top floor, so it's not hard to find. But the rest of this building can be confusing to first-timers, so we had the tools team whip up a great map application. Check your communicator. I added a waypoint to Olivier's office. Should be easy to find.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Last time we did another mission. We captured a galleon. We assassinated Julien Ducasse, and we got forced into this modern-day section here, which we were about to begin, but we ran out of time, so we're going to continue this now. Quick note, my cold has gotten worse. I feel okay, but I'm sniffling and coughing a lot, so I predict there will be a lot of muted mic this episode.
This is John from IT. We met earlier. I was calibrating your animus. I'm sort of the Scotty of this Abstergo enterprise, in charge of all the techie stuff. Do you have a minute? Damn it. The tracker says you're on your way to Olivier's office. All right. I'll ping you when you're done. I have a favor to ask.
Bonjour. Go right in. He's waiting for you.
It was always a little off-putting how perfect their English is, but also how perfect their French accents are. But I guess that just comes with practice. Like anything.
Well, unless you are specifically ordering me to abandon it, I won't jeopardize our flagship project. Edward Kenway is the... But this is how Hollywood got its start, right? With pirate movies. Douglas Fairbanks, Errol Flynn, and now we have access to the real deal. Wait. Exactly. We'll talk about all that together at the shareholders event. Right. Looking forward to seeing you too. Take care, Laetitia. Salut! Hi! Thanks for coming in. I know you're busy. So I reviewed some of your data. Pretty raw stuff. Obviously, we need to scrub off some of the dirt to make it family-friendly. Maybe give Edward a voice like James Bond or something. More of a ladies' man. A beautiful city, no? So the main reason I asked you here concerns something called the Observatory. It's been mentioned a few times in the footage you found.
Hold on, Olivier. I'm playing a game called Count the Car Crashes in that intersection over there.
Specific set of memories as soon as possible. If it were up to me, on s'en crisse. I wouldn't bother. But some bigwigs at Abstergo Industries have been hounding me for days. So, follow whatever leads you find, and hopefully we can... Oh, incoming call. I have to take this. We'll keep in touch. Bonne journée. Alan, bonjour. Oui, tout va bien.
I mean, the background looks pretty nice if you're not staring at the super fine details like that intersection down there.
John from IT again. You got a second? Good. I'm adding a waypoint to your map. So, a colleague of yours left for vacation this morning and forgot to send a video file she promised me. Since I hate just about everyone else on your floor, I was hoping you could help me. Could you transfer the file from her computer and deliver it to the courier when she comes? It'll be easy. You just wander over to their animus, log in, and transfer the file. Easy. And please be snappy before I find a reason to hate you too.
Alright, this John guy sounds like fun. Not the most pleasant of fellows, I guess.
A locked door.
What's this?
Not a problem. That's the advantage of me having level 1 security clearance. Now, you do too. Don't abuse it.
Alright, cool.
Log on and I'll walk you through this.
Hello.
Now, you need to bypass the core to find the data inside. Once you reach it, your communicator will download it automatically. You need to find your way around the core to reach the data inside.
You mean like that? That was luck, by the way. I didn't know the actual pattern for that. But the idea is to get on the green line and then go around the circle.
Look for the My File section in your communicator, and you'll be redirected right away. Everything you download will be found in there.
By the way, big spoiler alert for Assassin's Creed 3 coming up right now.
December 23rd, 2012. Sample Recovery Unit Team Lead Fisher Case reporting on Subject 17, Desmond Miles. The subject was deceased and unattended. Time of death was placed around 0000 hours and 7 minutes, with conditions favorable for DNA sample recovery. We had some initial concerns about interference in the vault, but given the skill and talent of this team, we were able to capture useful data. I personally retrieved the subject's backpack and extracted a number of objects of interest to undergo detailed analysis. The subject displayed burns to the right hand, severe enough to fuse the bones, indicating some kind of spontaneous, intense burn trauma. Honestly, we've never seen anything like it before. Head, neck, and torso remained in good condition. I hand-selected recovery agents to retrieve fluid samples, blood and saliva. We then commenced material extraction and were able to preserve several exemplary samples. Data analysis and sequencing is already underway, and I'm told proceeding with exceptional ease. Thanks to the cloud database and the work of Abstergo Sample Recovery Unit 3, the legacy of Subject 17 will continue uninhibited as Sample 17.
Yeah, so like I said, big spoiler for Assassin's Creed 3, and I had to cut off John to say that because I just remembered as it was about to start that it was just going to go straight into it. So, yeah, there's that, and then there's this employee passport. Cool. Okay.
Oh, you're better at this than I'd hoped. Now zip on down to the lobby. Come on. See that file you acquired? I wouldn't recommend watching it. I mean, you could, but it's unpleasant. So once you hand it off, just pretend it never happened, okay? Otherwise, you'll just go to bed feeling sad. Anyway, the courier should be waiting downstairs. She's been here a while. I suppose it goes without saying, just because you now know how to hack all your colleagues' computers, it doesn't mean you should. I mean, not every day, right? No, seriously, though, that's illegal, so don't be a dick. Unless that's your nature.
I wonder if he knows that we saw the file.
Yeah, well, your coffee is shit. You could use some practice.
What? No. Oh, look who's here. So you didn't forget, after all. You're just incredibly rude and made poor Rebecca here wait for nearly 30 minutes.
You limey. Be nice. Sorry about him. He's high on his own supply. So, how should we do this? Data transfer? Great. That should do it. We'll email you the receipt. Till next time. Take care, Sean.
Bye-bye, yes, bye. And don't expect any more free coffee. Arrogant. She's great, isn't she?
Alright.
Hey, I just got word the courier has come and gone. Wonderful, you're a miracle. No, that's an exaggeration. You're not a miracle. You're an employee, doing a job. But thanks for helping out. Anyway, thanks. Have fun pirating.
It's ironic that that's almost what we just did there. Almost. Neat building, by the way. It's a huge aquarium there.
Support to the second floor, sample 17 project.
I don't have anything to do with that. Yep. Not at all. I'm just over here doing my Kenway project work. Nothing to see here.
Oi. Where you going, the market?
No, my parents have asked me to come live with them, and I'd like to.
Oh, what do you mean, live with them? You live here with me.
I'm sorry, Edward, but my father is right. You had a decent wage when you worked the farm. Why can you not be satisfied with that? With me?
Decent wage? That job was near as damn it to robbery. You want to be married to a peasant the whole of your life?
All right, Edward. All right.
You leave now, Caroline. You'll never know what's coming to us. Caroline! Caroline!
As Blackbeard said, don't meddle in his private affairs.
Wake up, Kenway.
Start about.
He left this morning with the galleon, as faith will discover a good use for this old cove ourselves.
Aye, we'll make something of it in time. We could keep a fleet here if we like. With a bit of fixing up, it'd be a decent place to call home. Might even convince my wife to come one day.
You're married, are you?
In God's eyes, I am. She left me some time ago.
Even so, keep that fact hid away. Most of these pirates don't respect a man with higher commitments than rum and plunder.
Upon mine honor. Let me know if you find anything.
Alright, well, we actually do have to follow Kid right now. Even though the game didn't make that very clear in the cutscene. Yeah, I expect, to be running with the mic muted for quite a bit of this, and more so than just the cutscenes, because I am coughing very, very frequently. Again, I feel fine. It's just, you know, loud and annoying, especially for you guys, so. We're about to have a really awesome, meaningful cutscene here that apparently some people, like, didn't really hear an important line.
Odd-looking things, aren't they? Old and weathered.
Is this what they call Mayan? Or is it Aztec?
Are you good with riddles, Edward? Puzzles and ponderings and the like?
No worse than the next man, why?
I think you've a natural gift for it. The way you think and work. The way you understand the world.
Well, I don't know about that. You're talking in riddles now and I don't understand a word.
Clamber on top of this thing here, will you? Help me solve something.
Alright.
Concentrate and focus all your senses. Look past shadow and sound, deep into matter, until you see and hear a kind of shimmering.
A shimmering?
You understand?
I think so. I've seen its like before. Glowing like moonlight on the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, right. I know this feeling. I have since I was a lad. It's like using every sense at once, isn't it? To see sounds and hear shapes. Quite a combination.
This is the poignant part here. Try to pay attention. Specifically to what Kid says.
Every man and woman on this earth has in them a kind of intuition hidden deep away.
I've had this sense most of my life. Only I thought it was related in some way to my dreaming, or the like.
Most never find it. Others, it takes years to tease out. But for a rare few, it comes as natural as breathing. What you feel is the light of life, of living things past and present. The residue of vitality, come and gone. Any man's senses can be tuned well past what he's born with, if he tries.
So the reason I point that out is because after this game came out, devs did some interviews, and people were still, I think it was with Unity, because they were like, I don't understand how Arno's line connects back to, you know, Desmond at all. But, you know, he still has eagle vision and stuff. And I don't understand how his line connects back to, like, Altair and everything, but he still has eagle vision. And in this game, they just said everybody is born with this kind of intuition, but most never find it. But for a rare few, it comes as easy as breathing. So the dev was moderately, he had a tone about his voice where he was like, we explicitly said in Black Flag, that's how it works. I just thought that was kind of funny. People, like, really missed that.
You are a gifted man, Edward.
Has a strange look. Is it worth something?
Nothing you can spend. But if you find all of them, it'll lead to something grand.
How many?
A few dozen, I think. This way. I've something else to show you.
Kid is full of surprises today. Ah, and there are the rest of the Mayan steles mapped, or put on our map. Marked on our map is what I was going to say. So, yeah. And again, we've done at least one of those before, so I told you they would come back in the primary mission, or a main mission.
Now this has the makings of a mystery.
It's good, isn't it? Only wait till you see what lies at the end.
Alrighty then.
Here we are. What do you think?
I think Monsieur Ducasse was a man of many secrets.
Aye,
Agreed.
look here. A solid staircase leading God knows where.
Well
What do
then,
you
let's
suppose
go
lies
investigate.
at the top?
From what I knew of Ducasse, wouldn't be surprised to find eclectic instruments of torture and villainy. An Iron Maiden or a collection of thumbscrews.
Or a pair of anguish.
Not a nice way to kick off. But that is some damn fine gear.
Try the key you took from Ducasse.
That's one. Only 4 left.
Aye. It might be that these 4 Templars have them. See the names here? They've been sent to kill these 4 targets.
Hang me, that's the map I sold to Governor Torres in Havana. He said it marked the location of assassin encampments.
You think maybe you owe them a bit of warning, then? If you have any kind of heart beating in that chest.
Suppose I could? If it leads me to the 4 other keys.
Bad excuse is better than none at all.
Alright, so there are those missions there. Yeah. We'll get to those eventually. This is going to be our new hideout, but we'll get some more info on that here in a minute. For now, let's head over here and get outside. And I'm going to go ahead and mute the mic for, I don't know, a little while here, because I'm going to end up being all coughing and all this stuff anyway, so, well, maybe not. Not yet. I can hang in there another minute. It's not pleasant. It's probably just a cold. See, the way I get to college, partially anyways, is by riding public transportation on buses, and they're very, very crowded. I mean, just stupidly packed. Way beyond intended capacity. Very tight quarters. So when literally one person gets sick, everybody gets sick. So I'm guessing that's how that happened. We could swim over there, or we could take a rowboat to our ship. I think. Is that gonna work? Right? Yes. Neato. There we go. Alrighty. Kid has a ship of his own, apparently. Shouldn't be surprised, I guess.
Leaving already?
I think this cove suits you best, Edward. Better than that costume does.
Oh, come on now. We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like. Self-made men.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
Hard to tell some days. All I know is you like dangerous prizes.
Like the observatory. I think you know more about that than you let on in Nassau.
You noticed that, did you? Meet me at 20 degrees, 3 minutes latitude just off the coast of Yucatan. I'll have something to show you there in a few weeks' time.
Very interesting. So Kid does know more about this than they let on. Well, to get to the next main mission, we're going to have to get back on our ship, but it's not going to be that quick of a main mission, so let's look around here a little bit. This is Great Anagua. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Anagua, that's how I've always said it. And this...
I'll be needing coin to set up the shipyard, Captain. The faster I have the needful gold, the sooner our ships will rule the waves.
This is the Harbor Master. And one of the many upgrades that you can buy for the hideout here. So now we have a shipyard, and we can buy ammo, repair the ship, buy upgrades, and all that kinds of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Another upgrade is over here.
It's an old tar, Captain. The men do sorely lack a place to do their wenching and debauching. With a little coin encouragement, I could have the old place Bristol fashion, and a flow of rum fit to obliterate a good tar proper like.
This will become the tavern. Quite expensive. And that's basically just for recruiting crew. So I don't feel like I need that one. This one, I think, becomes a weapon shop.
I'll not play duck and drake with you, Captain. I need coin to build a little emporium. I'd be ever obliged. And a local shop would bring in many a useful ware for you as repayment.
Yes, the general store. It costs a lot less and it's worth a lot more to me. So let's go with that. Ta-da! So now it's a weapon shop. We can go inside, buy pistols and sword sets and all kinds of stuff. And again, there are lots and lots and lots of upgrades to be had here. But yeah, for now we'll be moving along. I think. There might be a quick mission here in a second, but let's see here. Let's sail out to sea, since they won't let us, like, actually sail out of here for some reason.
Ahoy, Captain.
Ah, yes.
We found a trove of nautical maps and ledgers and the like, scattered about the village. You'll find them sorted in the captain's quarters of the Jackdaw. Quality stuff.
Nautical maps and ledgers. Might come in useful. We decide to build up a fleet of our own.
Exactly my thinking, Captain. Have a look for yourself and tell me what you think.
Thank you, Adewale. Let's head inside and check. Now this is something that I think is pretty cool and that I have definitely used myself. Remember how I said something in the table in the middle would become important? Well, here it is. This is the fleet. Kenway's fleet. And this is where you can actually go ahead and send out your ships on missions. So you get a few ships starting out, and then you can send them on these little missions that are passive in the background, and they get you money. You need cargo. You see in the bottom right there it says resources to trade. 5 of, I think that is tobacco? No, I don't know. I don't remember. Oh, wine. I bet it's wine. And sometimes you'll have to clear the route to make it safe for your ship to go. You can send a ship on a dangerous route, but it won't have a good chance of success. So each route has several branches, as you can see, and these are just, you know, different locations that you can go to. So we can, for example, send this ship out to this one, and you can see it says repair ship. It took just a little bit of damage when it did that one mission, and they almost always will take a little bit of damage. But before we do that, we should clear the route by pressing Y to begin a ship battle, and then you just select the ships that you want to use. Like this, you can use as few or as many ships as you want. The top slot gives you +10 speed. The middle slot, that ship there, will get +5 firepower, and the ship in the bottom slot will take less damage, and that's a result of the slots, not what ship you put in them. So at this point I'm really not worried about which one goes where. It's not a big deal. Now what makes this cool is I can hear some of you may be thinking, why would I take time out of the good game, the actual game, the full game, to play this thing? Well, because you don't actually have to. There's a Black Flag companion app for tablets and smartphones where you can access Kenway's fleet and do this kind of tedious stuff wherever you want. And then, every time you check back into Kenway's fleet in the game, any missions you've completed at all, even if you started them from the companion app, you'll get that money. It'll stockpile that money in your cabin, and then all you have to do is come into the cabin, access the fleet, and you get that money. I've literally pulled over 200,000 reals out of my cabin just from spending a few days in high school managing my fleet and keeping up with it. I mean, you can get, now of course that's super late on, later on, but you can get some pretty amazing stuff out of this. Now, if you check it, this is another cool thing. On the right-hand side, you see initial travel time, 9 minutes. But if you have a fast ship, the travel time will go down. So the travel time is now down to 5 minutes for the schooners, and still 5 minutes for the brig, which is a little surprising. But the brig, let me go over the stats on the bottom of each ship here. So, underneath the ship, you see some stats. From left to right, it's firepower, speed, and cargo. Above the ship, you see the odds of success and the required cargo space. All of these ships have at least the required cargo space, and the brig actually has more than the required cargo space. So I like to go as close to the minimum required as possible, so we'll send a schooner on this one. And if we go to this guy, we only need 5 cargo, so 15's our next lowest, so we'll send him there. Then if we head back to the southern British colonies, let's see here, they're both worth 100 reals, and they're both the same amount of time, so we'll just go for that one. And you can see there are lots and lots and lots of little gray lines there. As you complete new missions with the exclamation marks next to them, more and more and more valuable missions will open up, and you can go all over the Atlantic Ocean, across the Atlantic Ocean and everything, to get some very, very valuable missions, and even some unique cargo. So that is Kenway's fleet. I think it's pretty cool. It's, again, if it weren't for the fact that you could use it from the companion app, I probably wouldn't be so interested. But since you can use it from the companion app, I love it. I think it's really cool. Now, here's a conundrum. We are...
hinted at a prize he was eager to show me down in Tulum. Quite some distance, mind, on the Yucatan Peninsula.
You trust him to play it fair?
I can't be sure. He has a way of pecking away at my conscience that gives me pause. I should go see him soon.
So long as we take some prizes along the way, I'm sure the crew will understand. I'll set a course for Tulum.
Alright, well, I want to check on upgrades, because these ships are pretty tough right now, and I would love nothing more than to fight them and get their cargo, but they are pretty tough. And honestly, if it weren't for that frigate sitting right there, I would probably engage the 2 schooners and the brig, but that frigate is right there, and he's the same nationality, so there's British and Spanish ships that you'll find as you're sailing around. If you attack a British ship, the Spanish ships won't care, they'll just be neutral. But if you attack a British ship, other British ships nearby might come to help their friends. So that's kind of my concern right now. But let's see how this goes here. Okay, so the schooner doesn't have a lot of health. I do have a ram. There we go, that worked out. Let's try to get that brig out of there. Blow up that barrel. The brig is slowed down now. And so is the schooner. We'll ram it. Get away from the barrel. Oh, get away from the barrel. Yep, good. Nice. Let's go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Whoop, 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 whoop. Ow. Put some barrels in the water. I don't want to sink the schooner back there, but I need to keep firing at this guy, so let me be careful with my shot here. I might actually start bracing against these guys, just because they are so much tougher. Uh-oh. I need to turn. Hard to starboard. Speed up. No. Ah, God. Okay, I need to make sure I don't get hit like that anymore, because that's going to be really bad for me. And yeah, good thing I let the frigate kind of wander away before I did this. Whoop. There we go. I'm gonna get another broadside off. Yep. Oh, maybe I can disable it right now. Nope. Come at me. Ah! There we go, that'll do it. You can see we are real low on health here, but I could have gone back, boarded one of the schooners, repaired the ship, and then continued fighting, but I didn't think I needed to, and evidently I didn't need to. Now, the fun part is going to be trying not to die on board the ship like I did last episode against that first brig that we fought, that hunter. So, hopefully if I'm not an idiot, we can pull this off. And if I'm really not an idiot, I can clear the ship before I even board it. Okay, 6. I need to get 2 more with each shot. There's 2. Ah, shoot. Alright, fine. See, one guy I think I can handle without getting myself killed. Careful, careful, careful. Ah! There you go. Get out of here. Alright, again, as long as you're paying attention, the combat is not really hard. So now we'll have our third and final option when boarding a ship. We can send it to the fleet. Now, because this is a brig and it's very, very nice, we're going to send it to the fleet, and we'll worry about repairing the ship with the schooners. We'll use the schooners to repair the ship. You can have up to 15 ships in your fleet, but you have to use gemstones to buy more port slots. And gemstones are another type of currency that are exclusive to the fleet. Don't worry, they're not a microtransaction. You can't buy them, as far as I know. You just have to earn them in the fleet. And say that I didn't need all this health, and I sent these schooners to the fleet. If I didn't want the schooners, I could scrap them and get gemstones. That's one way to get gemstones. Another way is to win battles, but when you fight a battle, you might get a damaged ship, and then you have to repair your ship using gemstones. So the best way to get gemstones is just to salvage ships that you don't need or don't want. So yeah, that's, and we'll look at those again before we. Oh my God, it's already 32 minutes. Jeez. Okay, well, we're gonna repair the ship. I didn't realize what time it was already. Time flies so fast in this game. Well, I'll try to remember to check on Kenway's fleet before we start next episode, but let's just go board this last ship real quick, get its loot, and then we'll end it off. And I'll try to do that quickly because we are already over time. I don't want these to be too insanely long. So the idea, basically, when you're coming up to these boardings, if you want to use the swivel gun, you need to make a wide angle between your bow and their, your bow and the side of the ship closest to them, like this, so that you can fire your swivel more, straight at them, like this. There we go. And that was awesome. Almost as perfect as it could have been, although I've never seen 5 enemies on a schooner just cluster up and, be able to kill them with one shot. I haven't personally, that is. So we'll repair the Jackdaw again. And with that, that will do it for this episode of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next one.